Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys? This is Munish, you are watching Crime Tech English, and I welcome all of you to Crime Tech family, and I hope everyone in the family is doing well and fine. Now, in last 1 week, we spoke about two serial killers, one from a foreign country, also about an Indian serial killer. But whenever this term serial killer comes to our mind, 90% of the time we imagine a man with a very normal looking appearance or a very weird looking person. But it is very rare that you think about a serial killer and you will have image of a woman. It is very rare. But 10% of the serial killers are women in this world. And this is why I decided to tell you about a woman serial killer, one of the most horrifying serial killer in the entire history. She's a Mexican lady and also known as the Old Lady Killer. Her nickname is Old Lady Killer. How she was caught and why she was killing everyone. Mostly the old women, that is why the name Old Lady Killer came. Why she was killing the old ladies, I'll tell you. But this story starts in early 2000 and it ends in 2006 after she was arrested. Her name is Juan Barraza. Born in 1957 in Mexico, and she was a wrestler by profession. So before I tell you the story, let me start by how she was arrested. We will go reverse and then I'll also tell you why she was killing the old ladies, what was her background, why she started killing old ladies. So everything I'll tell you, but let me start in a reverse process. First, let me tell you how she was arrested. So basically, what was happening in early 2000 in Mexico, and it was a national crisis. When I tell you it was a national crisis, I'm not joking. So there were multiple cases where the old ladies who were staying alone in their apartment, they were being killed. So what police thought at that point of time is basically there might be a person, there might be a man who is killing these women, because in most of the cases robbery was involved, who is killing these women. And but one by one, when there were several cases, they concluded that there is a serial killer who is targeting elderly women, old women. So they started looking for the serial killers. They went through the profiles, but what they got to know from the witnesses, in some cases what witnesses saw, and they described to the police that they saw someone who was wearing a female attire. She was in a female dress. That is what they told. The killer was in a female dress, heavy makeup, and there was a mask. So initially the police thought that it might be a case where a transgender is involved in killing of these women. So what they started doing is they started arresting all those transgenders who were involved in sex trafficking, sex crime, and whatever was fitting their profile. So they started detaining everyone. Hundreds and hundreds of such transgenders were detained in Mexico. It was in early 2000 and it went till 2005. So when they started detaining, arresting, they got the fingerprints, but none of the fingerprints which they collected after detaining the transgenders matched to any of the crime scene. So it was ruled out. But still, what police believed, that there is a transgender. It cannot be a woman who is killing elderly, old woman. There can't be a woman. They ruled out that this killer is not a woman. They were still believing that it might be a man, it might be a transgender. The investigation was continuing. There was a huge media pressure because those ladies who were staying in the apartment, there was a proper security given. They were identified in the blocks, in the areas where they were staying alone, and then security, police was giving them security. There was a regular patrolling, but it is very difficult for any police, either state police or the country police, to do a man-to-man deployment. Police cannot be in all the apartments where the elderly people are staying. It is not possible in India, it is not possible in Mexico, it is not possible in US or any other country which has a good amount of population. So it was not possible. So what happened, my friends, and this is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It was January 25th, 2006. There was a lady. She was going to her residence, and the moment she was entering in her residence, she saw that her landlady, the landlady was lying, and she was dead. She was lying on the floor in her apartment, and while she was entering, she saw someone wearing a mask coming out of the apartment. Initially, she checked, there was no pulse, and she started running behind that person, that suspected killer at that point of time. So luckily what happened, my friends, there was a police patrolling, and this is why police patrolling are very important. There was a police patrolling. There were two policemen. They saw this woman running, and she was saying, "Help, she is a killer. Help, she is a killer." Finally, the suspected person was overpowered. She was arrested on suspicion, and when she was being interrogated, she disclosed her name as Uwan Baraza. And when she was arrested, my friends, she told police that, yes, I have killed this person. But when they started matching the fingerprints, they found that she has killed other victims also. And one by one, she was suspected of killing at least 40 to 45 elderly women. And most of the victims who were killed by Uwan Baraza, they were in their 70s. So police finally found that who the serial killer was. And there was a trial. She went for trial, and she was sentenced to jail for 759 years. Highest in the history of Mexico. Any person has not been sentenced to jail for these many years, but she was sentenced to 759 years for the horrific crime she was doing from early 2000. It is believed early 2000 to 2006, January 25. And she has been convicted for 16 such cases, but it is believed that she killed more than 40 to 45 elderly women. Now, how she was killing, the modus operandi, the most important, interesting part for me as a reporter, because I have covered such cases in India, and modus operandi is something which becomes very interesting for the investigative officer, for the researchers, and also who wants to study the case. So in this case, what they found that Uwan Baraza, she was a wrestler. She had a masculine body, and because she was a wrestler, she was always powerful. And when it came to killing the old women, she was more powerful than the old women, at least. So they started investigating, and they found that what she was doing, she used to wear a stethoscope, and then what do you call nurse cap? I'll say nurse cap, what nurses wear on their head. So she used to wear it, and she was identifying the apartments where the old women were staying. So she used to mark it, and when she was sure that no one is inside the apartment, she used to go on pretext of saying that I have come for the social services, I want to do your medical checkup and all. It is very, it is very important health service in countries like Mexico, US and UK. So she gained the access. She used to enter inside the premises of the particular old lady's apartment, and then using the stethoscope, she used to strangulate these old women, and within minutes they used to die. So this was the modus operandi of her killing the old ladies. Now, why she was killing and what was going behind her mind? Now, this is very important because profiling is something which is done in Western countries. It is done in our countries, but it is not given. It is not given much importance. But it is very important for us as a reporter to study profile of a person, that how a particular person, a particular woman, mother of 4 children, she became a serial killer. So when her profile was being studied, what they found that she had a very troubled childhood. When she was 13, 14 years old and even younger than that, then her mother, who was alcoholic, she was selling her. She was selling her for sex. And in some cases, it was in exchange of 3 beers. So in layman language, a person who used to give 3 beers to the mother of Juan Barraza was forced to have sex with that person as a young child. It is horrifying. It is completely terrifying. But this is how her childhood was. Later on, when she was growing, then she left her residence and all, and she started wrestling. Her ring name was the Lady of Silence. That was her ring name. And she was very popular. She was interviewed by many TV channels at that point of time. You know, it was a very famous wrestling where a person used to wear a mask and then goes inside the ring, and then they used to fight. So she was also one of the wrestler in such fights. So, and also one very important fact, that most of the women who were killed by Juan Barraza, they were of the same age of what her mother would have been. So here comes a similarity, and you might think that she, back of the mind, she was having this impression that old women or someone who has given, who is seen as a mother or a grandmother, is not as good as it is portrayed in society. And because she suffered because of her mother, she decided to kill every woman who was, of any similarity with her mother. And that is how she was killing. It is believed that between 2003 to 2005 until January 25, 2006, when she killed the last person, she killed almost 40 to 45 persons. And in 2015, conviction came in 2008. In 2015, she was sentenced to 759 years of jail. She is still inside the prison. But I thought this story might be interesting as a crime story, as a serial killer, because many times we hear about serial killer who are men, who are man by sex. But in this case, what I found is that even women are not someone who cannot be a serial killer. There are many cases in history, right from Germany to US to UK. There are several serial killers. I'll find some more stories about these women serial killer. If you are interested in such stories, do let me know. I'll be happy to share those stories. I will study about it. I will I speak to the experts, my police friends, and then I will give you a detailed story about such serial killers. And apart from that, if you have any suggestion, you want me to tell you about any other crime story, do let me know in the comment box. I'll be more than happy to share that particular crime story with you. Thank you so much for watching this.